Today's video is all about how to begin vlogging. I want to start today's video off by reading the top comment on my previous video, which was titled "The Problem I Have with BGC Philippines." The top comment is from a user called KFlip223, and it says, "Mergim, BGC is another character in your vlogs that you can't play out. The repetitiveness and mundane activities like going to pick up coffee or talking to a random sales guy about how you're being ripped off for your air conditioning bill and going through the technicalities of inverter air conditioners while he looks at you in total confusion is actually hilarious and entertaining. I love every aspect of your BGC vlogs, from the B-roll to the food reviews to interacting with random people. People don't necessarily want to see you visit new places all the time, but rather interact with your second character and exist in your world within BGC." Now, I'm not gonna lie, I miss scooting around BGC. It was an integral component of how I got around the city. However, there's no scooters here, and second of all, I'm having problems trying to top up my Mover account. It's just not accepting my local debit and credit card. So I'm having to walk everywhere, and it's taking me a lot longer to get around town. Maybe it's time I buy a scooter once and for all, which is probably gonna take me back about 50,000 pesos if I go for like a Xiaomi Maxi. I think that's the perfect balance between a scooter with enough range and speed. But the only problem is, if I do get my very own scooter, then whenever I go into a mall, into a shop, I have to leave it outside and I can't necessarily take it inside with me, which becomes really inconvenient, and it's also quite a large, heavy, cumbersome thing. So whenever I'm vlogging, I like to be very hands-free, you get what I mean? Hence why I'm wearing this necklace right now. If you guys don't know what this is, then make sure you check out my previous video on my new vlogging setup here in the Philippines. Beautiful yellow skyline just drove past us. Now, when it comes to the art of vlogging, when it comes to the art of creating these videos, my top tip for when starting out is not to overthink the equipment. You do not need a big camera, you do not need a professional microphone. In most cases these days, a small GoPro, cell phone, action camera is enough. And all you need is a selfie stick to hold the camera or prop the camera, and that's it. I see many of the people that I know too, overcomplicate their equipment. Someone I know recently who wants to get into vlogging ended up buying like an entire stabilizer for their camera, which is one, very big, two, is very cumbersome, and it's heavy. Literally, the rule of thumb for when to start out vlogging, and in this current day and age, because the technology has become so much better and so much more compact, is that the lighter your equipment is, the smaller it is, the better. And the reason why I say this is because carrying really large equipment, for one, is really tiring if you're going out shooting all day, and two, it draws more attention. And when you're first starting out as a vlogger or trying to make videos on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, you'll get so many people looking at you, and the eyes can really put you off. People's eyes are enough to break your confidence. But what you gotta do is you just gotta keep going and keep making videos one after the other, and sooner or later you'll build enough confidence and you'll build enough results to make it your full-time occupation. And the way the YouTube industry and the whole internet is kind of going when it comes to vlogging and making these type of videos for YouTube and Facebook is people want less edits and longer form content. YouTube wants to push videos that are longer because it can fit more ads in it. And the longer that you can hold someone's retention on the platform, the more YouTube wants to push your video to a larger audience. Big DSLRs, big camera, fancy B-roll, fancy effects and transitions was a thing in the past. It was a thing in 2010, around about 2012, and that seems to have died out now. In this current day and age, it's all about the ability to tell a compelling story in a raw and realistic style. And speaking of eyes, just earlier I saw a foreign woman looking at me with eyes of disgust. But little does she know that we've got 123,000 subscribers on this channel. And if she did know that fact, maybe she would look at me a little bit different, in a more different light. So yeah, once you start getting the results and your videos start performing and you build up some traction, then people start looking at you differently. But the grind at the beginning, nobody respects until you start gaining traction. And that's where most people give up. That stage where they're trying to build an audience, where they're trying to get significant numbers behind their channel. And you must not let your surroundings and the people around you bring you down. You gotta have faith in yourself. You see, the thing is, even when you amass a large following, the eyes will never stop. So what ends up happening is you just become used to it. You become used to the eyes and you build a thick skin and you develop some sort of resilience towards all the people looking at you when you're vlogging. It's how I'm able to vlog in public without a worry in the world. And you just gotta let nothing stop you, really. But you need to build confidence and you need to put everything you have into these videos to build that confidence. If you're half-assing your videos, for some people it might work, but for 99.9% of people it won't. So you have to truly believe and commit in the craft. I was supposed to take a B-roll shot of this cat while it was sleeping by this lamppost here, but the moment I crept down to get a shot of it, it instantly pounced within a second and came up to me and wants to be stroked. That's how friendly these cats in BGC are. That's amazing. Sorry, I'm not going to stroke you because I'm in the process of making a video, but could you lie down for me once more so I can get a very cute shot of you lying down there? No? No? Look. So cute, so cute. See you, kitty. Bye. Just when I thought BGC was complete and there was no more space to build condos, there's another building going up right now behind these corrugated tin sheets. Potential for one here. I'm not sure if there's another potential for one here too. There's another condo up there which is turning over. So some units are going to be made available. And there's additional space on this corner here for another complex to go up. So there's still a few more places, and really there needs to be, something needs to go down here because it looks like a bit of a wasteland at this moment in time with all the lampposts that have been just kind of like discarded on this empty land. When I talk about commitment and hard work, maybe many of you watching at home will not exactly understand this. I'm talking about pouring everything in. I'm talking about not having a plan B, only a plan A. Putting everything on the line, even if it means you won't be successful in the end. My conviction into making this channel work was either I'm going to succeed or die trying. That's the mindset that I had. And I went 52 days straight without seeing a glimmer of hope, posting daily on my channel, maybe gaining like 1, 2, maybe 3 subscribers, maybe 10 at best. But I believe it was a 50-second video, I'll have to check, where I saw a glimmer of hope. And this was when I was back in Thailand making videos there. And if I remember correctly, I was on around about 650 subscribers, something like that. And when I posted that video at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, as in I stayed up all night to edit that video so I can get it out as quick as possible because the time of events was really important. I woke up the next day at around about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. having crossed 1,000 subscribers. I was on like 1,400 subscribers. And when I checked my YouTube Studio app, I couldn't believe it. There was some sort of, I thought there was some sort of glitch. Like, how did I just double my subscribers in the space of less than 12 hours? I remember feeling ecstatic, and it was such a thrill to see those numbers. And from that moment, I realized the hard work will eventually pay off. And I will always remember this saying from my mathematics teacher back in college in the UK when I was doing my A-levels. Luck comes to those who are the most prepared. So there will be glimpses of opportunities that come and go, and you have to be ready to act upon it right away. You need to be able to grasp that opportunity before it slips. And the perfect example, the biggest opportunity I had was when I realized everybody started moving over to the Philippines. I saw it because I was on the platform, I was making daily videos, and I was in sync with what was going on around me. And I made a video why everybody is leaving Thailand for the Philippines, and that gained so much traction, way more traction than any previous video that I made, 10 times more. And look where we are today, 124,000 subscribers, the 1st of October 2023. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of like a little sweaty at this moment in time. And it's not because it's super hot in BGC, but it's because I've been walking around the city trying to find a location where the ambient noise isn't so high. Because personally, when I'm editing these videos and I'm listening back to the audio, I hate when there's so much ambient noise. And I've thought about getting myself a microphone. I've looked into buying myself like a DJI microphone that clips on here, plugs into my camera, or some other relatively inexpensive microphones from like Booyah, etc. But when I tried them out, it was an extra layer, it was an extra step to making these videos. And I remember trying out the wireless mic, and I recorded a segment, and when I went to watch the video back, there was no audio. As in, some sort of technical issue happened where the camera or the microphone didn't pick up any sort of audio. And that was a deciding factor for me, where I said, I don't need a microphone, and I don't want to induce in my flow a possibility for a technical issue to happen where no audio is said. If there's no audio, there's no vlog. And to this day, I still use the inbuilt camera. And what I basically have to do is I need to make sure I project my voice louder than the ambient sounds. That's how I get away with it. I'm telling you, the equipment doesn't matter. When I first started out, I had a Canon 80D that I purchased at the time for about $1,000 USD. I bought a 5K Gorilla Pod, which was like another kilo. I bought a Rode mic, and the entire setup weighed about 3 to 5 kilograms. And when I held this thing, like, my hand couldn't stop shaking. That's how heavy this thing was. That's how cumbersome and brutal this thing was. It was huge. But as time went along, and as I ventured more into vlogging and I began committing to the art of vlogging, I realized the lighter equipment, the better. And so I went from a DSLR to a GoPro, right? And I can't remember how many videos I made, but I made a lot of videos in Thailand on the GoPro. And to this day, there are channels way bigger than mine who only shoot on the GoPro, and there are minimal cuts, and they're much larger than I am. So again, just to re-emphasize a point, equipment does not matter in this game. The art of storytelling is what matters. At the end of the day, everybody has a story to tell, no matter who you are. It's all about practice. You've probably heard it before. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Oh my god, I'm so fatigued in creating today's video that I need myself another Starbucks coffee. I feel a little weak because I've been putting so much energy and so much emotion into something that I'm really truly passionate about. Anyway, let's descend this steel car park and get down to the street level. Whew, there's nothing on this floor. We'll go down again. And now I know a lot of people, and a lot of people come to me for help. And they usually ask me, why am I not succeeding? What is it I need to do to gain more subscribers, to gain more views, to gain more traction? And I asked them, the first question I asked them, how many videos do you currently have on your channel? And usually it's less than 10 or 20. And even if it's up to 50, come back to me when you've posted 100 videos, when you've got in the rhythm of creating. And then we can fine tune what it is one must do. Now, having the watchful eye of somebody who is already successful on the YouTube space is very helpful, because they can provide you guidance and reassurance and give you steps to accomplishing the goals you want to achieve with your channel. And that's where courses come in and classes come in. And I've had a lot of interest for the course where I was going to take on free students to teach them everything it is about vlogging, everything that I've learned, to bypass a lot of time spent trying to figure it out. But unfortunately, I just haven't had time to execute, and so I haven't taken anybody on. But if you're really interested and you can show me you're 100% committed into making your channel succeed, then reach out to me. And when the ball begins rolling, you start gaining subscribers, you start gaining viewership, and becomes financially sustainable, then it becomes really rewarding and accomplishing. And the most important thing about vlogging is having fun at the end of the day. Having fun and using your creative mindset to create something from nothing. Every day I wake up in the morning with nothing filmed, and every day I go home with a video and a story that I can share with you guys. But you need to fall in love with the art of editing. If there's no edit, there's no video. And when there's no video, there's no story. So that's probably the biggest factor when it comes to creating videos. Everybody is capable of picking up a camera and shooting a video, but where the story is told is in the edit, and you have to fall in love with it. You really do. Even though it might be so mundane, it might be so boring, that's where the story is told. And maybe in the future, I'll make a whole video about editing, and maybe I'll post it over on Patreon for those people who are serious about getting into the YouTube space or the vlogging space. And there we are, folks, second coffee of the day. I'm kind of exhausted, and so I'm gonna wrap up today's video here. If you enjoyed today's video all about how to start vlogging, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like today's video, and share it with friends and family. And I will see you in the next video here on the channel. Many thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye for now.